Hi everyone, my name's Jill, and I think there's many of us out there that often suffer with a tight or a sore back at the end of the day or during the week. So this is a slow Pilates class which has been designed to really focus on spine mobility, building a little bit of flexibility, some release, and also building some strength, using the muscles around our centre, which helps to support our spine. It'll help you today maybe to have to hand a block if you have one, or a rolled up towel, or maybe both. To have them to hand, grab your water too. And today, because we are going to be focusing on our back, it will be going slow, but again, if anything feels uncomfortable, not quite right, then please just stop the exercise that you're in. So listen to your back and your spine. So this is starting with our Pilates stance. So grounding your feet into the floor, hip distance apart, feet parallel. And start to draw up through your body, thinking about that posture and alignment. Drawing up through the crown of your head, standing nice and tall. Gently tuck your pelvis, making sure it's not too far forward or too far back. So with our spine, we want to have a nice curve in our lower back and a slight curve out in the upper back. So checking your posture maybe, finding that nice neutral spine. And on the breath, inhale and start to draw in these core muscles. So start to draw them both in and up, finding that activation that we always have in our class. Exhale, release through the... Again, inhale through your nose, if that's comfortable for you to do so, drawing up inside. Exhale out of your mouth. Once more, inhale, drawing all the way up, and exhale down. Take your hands down by your sides. Our next extension of our spine, so let's just do a stretch for here. So on the inhale, rotate around, taking your chin, looking down towards your right shoulder. Feeling that stretch. Breathing soft. Exhale, coming back to center. Inhale. Exhale, taking your chin over to your left shoulder, just gazing down, encouraging the stretch, but never forcing. Starting to keep your breath flow nice and slow. Exhale, we come back to center. Move to shoulders, lift your shoulders towards your ears. Start to circle them up, back and down. So really squeezing your shoulder blades together. We're just going to try and do 5. Rotating back. Really lift them up towards your ears and then rolling them back. So if you're tucking them into your back pockets in your shoulder blades. And then let's try and do 5 forward too. So rotating slowly, just finding some movement for your shoulders as we go. 2 more. Brilliant. Bring your hands down by your sides. Start to draw your shoulder blades down away from your ears. So notice the difference. Pulling your arms down. We often end up with our shoulders shrugged up. So we want to try to take our shoulders away, thinking about our upper back in particular. And then on the breath, we start to lift our arms up to shoulder height, palms facing down. Have a sense of reaching your shoulders away. Exhale, release down. Inhale. Bring your arms back up to shoulder height once more. And again, have a sense of drawing your shoulders away. So releasing tension and tightness you might be holding on to in your shoulders and your upper back. And then exhale, release. Next time we're coming overhead, so lifting your arms, reaching all the way up overhead. Go as far as feels comfortable. Maintaining that engagement in your center, so try not to round your back. Breathing deep. Inhale, exhale. Come back down. Hands all the way back down by your sides. And again, inhale, exhale, reaching up overhead. Keep reaching high, stretching all the way through your spine. And also from your hips, through your chest, your shoulders, all the way up to your fingertips. Keep breathing deep into your rib cage. And then exhale, release back down. Bringing your hands up, kind of putting one on top of the other, so your left or your right can be on top, it doesn't matter which. Softening those knees ever so gently. We rotate over to the left, so we're rotating round through our torso, taking your gaze with you. Inhale, exhale, coming over to the right. Go as far as feels comfortable. Listening to your back, but trying to do some mobilization too. Exhale, come to center. Inhale, rotate to the left. Trying to keep your hips forward. And then inhale, exhale, come back to center. We go again. Inhale, exhale over to your right. Maybe twisting a little bit further. Slowly coming back to center on the breath. And then inhale, exhale over to the left. Really feeling the rotation through your waist. Exhale, coming back to center. Release your hands down by your sides. On the next breath, looking down towards your right fingertips. Your fingertips are drawing down towards your knee. As you do, you're going to feel the stretch through the opposite hip. Try to tip sideways, not forwards. Exhale, come back to center. Switch sides, fingertips down towards the left. Again, just checking in. Tipping sideways, not forward. Exhale, come to center. This time, as we take down our fingertips down towards the right, your opposite arm can come up and you can reach over the crown of your head, lifting up and then reaching over for a nice arc. So really stretching up through your rib cage, gazing down towards your feet. Breathe deep into your ribs. And we release. Come back up to center. Draw your fingertips down on the left. So draw them down first as far as you can, as far as is comfortable. Feel the stretch. And when you can go no further, the left arm's coming up, creating that arc over the crown of your head. Reach long and over. Gaze down towards your toes. Breathe deep to your ribs. And release. Coming all the way back up to center. Working our spine once more, holding either hold onto your thighs. And pushing into your thighs, start to hinge from your hips. Soften the knees if you need to. So you're hinging from the hips, coming into a forward bend. So a good morning stretch or spine stretch. Take your gaze down. Find that nice flat back. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. And then breathing deep from your tailbone all the way through to the crown of your head. Soften the knees if you need to, if it feels too much for your hamstrings. Take a couple of breaths here, nice and slow. Just feeling the release in your back. Soften those knees, bend the knees slightly, push into your feet as we come back up. Once more, hinge, take your tailbone back, start to hinge forward, hands on your thighs, keep pushing into your thighs and stretch forward. Again, breathing from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Nice deep breaths, feeling that stretch. And again, soft push into your feet, soften the knees and we come back up. Perfect. We're going to move to the floor. So if you come to the back of your mat, we'll come down a nice easy way, safe way to come down to the floor. If you ever have problems with your back, take a big step forward with your right, taking it slightly out so you've got that kind of balance between your 2 feet. Have your palms facing down towards the floor, and if you need to tip forward gently onto that front knee, feel free to do so. Start to bend both of your knees, lifting your back heel off the floor, coming all the way down to your mat. When you arrive, you can then untuck that opposite leg, and we're going to start in our 4-point kneeling. So finding that 4-point kneeling position, so hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. You want equal weight between your hands and your feet, and if you can untuck your toes, have the tops of your feet pushing into the mat, that's great too. Lengthening through your spine, and then start to draw your navel up towards your spine too. We're going to move to our cat-cow, so creating a little bit of mobility into our back. And if you have arthritis or a spine condition, and too much movement through the spine, listen to your back. So from here, we start to push our hands into the floor. We're going to start to round our upper back. So we're taking our gaze in between our legs. Keep rounding your upper back, bringing your pelvis forwards into our cat. Exhale. Push your belly down. Start to take your gaze forward, taking your tailbone out. Trying to keep those arms nice and straight. Do it again, a few more times. So pushing into the floor, we round the upper back, gazing in between our legs. And then exhale, we push back down. So working in this position, our cat and our cow, we call it, really helps to mobilise the spine. It's encouraging movement for all of our vertebrae. Releasing fluid, just allowing us to move. Sometimes if we sit a lot in the day, back gets very stiff. So this is a great one to do to warm up. Do one more. Gaze forward and then round back up. Come back into your neutral spine, and if you just need to release your right hand, give it a bit of a shake if you've been pushing into the mat and it's feeling a little bit hurty on that wrist, and then do the same to the left. Release it and give it a little bit of a shake. From here we're going to just do a little stretch for the upper back. So pushing the left hand into the mat, the right hand's going to come behind the crown of your head, or the nape of your head, elbow wide. On the breath, start to take the elbow down towards your opposite wrist, so you're rotating through the upper back. Exhale, start to lift that elbow as far as you can. You can take the gaze up too. And come back down. Again, I'm going to do 5. So that's 1. Elbow down. And again, rotating up, taking the gaze to follow. Just feel the stretch. Put you through around the upper back, through the shoulder maybe. Come down. Rotate it up. Use your breath. 2 more. And then once more. And then come back down with that hand. Let's do this on the other side. So pushing in now into your opposite hand, taking the hand, left hand, so up on my left now, taking the elbow down, and then again, gaze follows. Inhale, rotate down, bringing the elbow back up. We're not in a hurry. We want to feel that stretch. We want to try and release, or we might have tightness for our shoulder, our back might be causing some issues. So stretch up through your elbow. Inhale. 1, reach up. And then once more, bringing the elbow down. And reaching back up. Brilliant. Bring that hand back down. And again, just give the hands a bit of a shake, releasing. Give them a bit of a shake if you feel a little bit tight. holding down on your mat. Coming back to your 4-point position. I'm just going to move it up the mat a little bit for you so you can see. On the next breath, we're going to just slide the right leg along the floor so the leg doesn't come off. Tuck your toes and push into your leg. So feeling the connection all the way through your back of your leg, your hamstring, your bottom. And I want you just to push down, push back, and then come forward. So you'll feel a good stretch all the way through that leg. Push back, come forward. It's a small move, so just pushing onto your toes, feel the stretch in your toes. And then come back. Once more, push down. Stretching through our hamstrings. And then once more. And then start to draw that knee back in. Switching sides, going to the left. So trying to keep everything stable, taking the left leg back. And again, as you can see a little bit more, tucking the toes, my long legs. Push down, so stretching through your hamstring, and then slide forward. So the foot's staying on the floor. We're just trying to stretch and release. Nice and easy. Allowing that stretch to happen. Using your breath as we go. And then once more, push back, and then bringing that knee back in. Going back to your right, this time we're going to extend the leg along the floor, pushing the foot into your mat, making sure you've still got your equal weight in your hands, and the hands are underneath your shoulders. And we lift and lower for 5. So keeping the foot flexed, the toes pointing towards the floor. You're just going to lift it up to your bottom height, hip height. Exhale, come back down. We go again, we just lift. So really engaging through your core, your center. So it's a small movement, trying to keep your head in alignment. Keep pushing into your hands. Try and do 2 more. And then 1. Lift it up to that. And then exhale, bend the knee, come back in. Give your butt a little bit of a wiggle if you need to. And then taking out your left foot, extending long, toes onto the mat. Relax the shoulders, engage the core. And with the toes pointing down, we lift and lower on this leg for 5. So lift, keeping that back in your neutral spine. Try not to round through the back. That needs to stay nice and neutral and stable. Inhale, exhale, lift. Let's try 2 more. Keep pushing into your hands. Feeling that connection. Building some strength into our body, into our back. And then once more. Beautiful. Bend that knee, bring it back in. Going into a stretch, a child's pose stretch. It might not be for you. If it is, you can bend your knees. Take your tailbone back towards your feet. And start to extend your arms long on the mat. Your forehead can now come to the mat, and if you have your towel or your block there, you can put that underneath or have that to put your head onto. Just extending long through your arms. If it's uncomfortable to have your arms forward, then feel free to take your arms down by your sides and pulling back. Just take a couple of breaths, releasing down. Again, feeling the stretch through your back. Just having a couple of moments for you. One more breath. And then start to bring your hands underneath your shoulders, pushing yourselves up. And then we're going to be moving on to our back. So a lot of this class is going to be done lying on our backs into what we call supine position. So finding that nice supine position on the mat. Option here to have a block or your towel underneath your head. So feel free to kind of come down and use that. So you've got some support underneath your head. That feels a little bit more comfortable. Taking your hands down by your sides. And let's just check our posture and alignment here. So relaxing, breathing long through your neck, relaxing the shoulders to the mat, and breathing wide to your ribs, softening down. Equal weight coming into your feet. And then for your core, we want to start to just notice having our spine nice and level. Spine even, our pelvis even, that might help. And then from here, starting to gently engage that core. From here, we're going to start with some heel lifts. So on the breath, you start to hinging from the hips. So you want to keep this engagement here in the center. As you'll hinge up, keep the knee bent at 90 degrees, and then bringing that foot back down to the mat. So really keeping that activation, try not to round that spine. So hinge up, and then coming back down. Switching sides as you go, so I'll start to switch sides. So hinging now onto the left, up to that 90 degrees, and then come back down. Inhale, hinge up, exhale, and then come back down. So don't go too quick, because you want to be feeling the engagement. It's not about speed of move, it's about quality of move. And as you do, making sure that back is a nice neutral spine. We're not trying to round it off the mat. Hinge up, come back down. Hinge up, come back down. And then once more. And then come back down. So from here, we're going to take our legs into tabletop. If having your legs in tabletop isn't comfortable for you, it's pulling on your back, feel free at any point to come down. So don't hold it if you feel you're starting to kind of take your lower back off the mat and it's pulling. You're better to come down. Over time, you'll get stronger. So on the breath, we take the right leg up into what we call our tabletop, our 90 degrees. Start to imprint, almost pulling you down from your rib cage to your hips, and then start to lift the second leg into your tabletop too. So you're feeling the engagement, so start to draw in from your pelvis here. From here, we're going to start to take our arms together. We're going to have our arms kind of with our full elbows together and our palms together up in front. Really pushing them together for a moment, feeling the activation through the shoulders. And then on the breath, you're taking your hands out wide to the side, so you can take them to the floor. So taking the backs of the hands down to the mat. Inhale, exhale, we come back up. Palms together, elbows together. Inhale, exhale, lower. We're going to do 6. 4 to go. So really keeping the engagement in your center as we move through our arms. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, exhale, come out wide. Coming all the way back up. And once more, taking it wide. So you can get to the floor with your hands. And then exhale, we come back up. And then lower one leg down, and then lower the other. Release your hands back down by your sides for a moment, and just release your spine. Take a breath. We're going to continue working with our legs and our arms. So again, on the breath, start to bring your right leg into tabletop, imprint, so draw your navel down to pull from your hips down to your ribs. Taking the second leg up safely. This time we're going to be bringing the hands shoulder width apart, palms facing in. So just finding that connection. You want to have a nice square between your fingertips and your knees. From here, we're going to take the opposite arm and the opposite leg come to the floor. So the right arm's going back, take it back as far as feels comfortable. It might not get to the floor. And the left foot's just toe tapping down. Inhale, exhale, come back up. Switch sides. Left arm and right foot. So just feeling that connection through your body. Keep drawing the navel to your spine. Keeping control. Again, it's about quality of movement. Beautiful. Stretch long. Each time maybe encouraging that arm to go a little bit further back, if it's not quite on the floor. And keeping the activation through your hips. Breathing long. Exhale, come back to centre. Inhale, extend long. Come back to centre. And one more, keep engaging through that core. Beautiful. And then lower your hands down by your side and then taking your legs down too. Releasing your back down onto the mat. And take a moment. Now start to take your feet out slightly wider to the edges of the mat. Still the toes pointing down towards the back, bottom. And again start to engage your core, relax your arms. Take your arms slightly further out now. Having your hands face down, palms on the floor, for stability. Gazing up towards the ceiling. On the breath, start to rotate your knees down to the right. Go as far as feels comfortable. Listen to your back. Exhale. Coming all the way up and over to the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Start to rotate over. So like windscreen wiping or windshield shielding, screen shielding. I'll start that again. Just turning the legs from left to right. Each time again, just encouraging. Seeing maybe you can get your knees towards the floor a little bit more, feeling the rotation for your waist, for your mid-back, lower back maybe. Rotate down. Each time, encouraging it to go a little bit further. Really finding some stretch through your waist, to your back. One more to the left. Come up to centre. Have a breath, release your back once more. And now start to draw your feet in, back to hip distance. And gently taking your heels slightly towards your bottom. We're moving into bridge. Bridge is the exercise where you don't have any support underneath your head. You don't want to kind of be compressing the vertebrae. So you may need to just take out your support that you've had there for a moment. Putting it to one side. And taking your hands down by your sides. Starting with pelvic tilts. So start to push your pelvis up. Don't take it off the mat just yet. So just feel that as you push your pelvis forward. And then start to bring it back down. So imagining you've got a marble sitting on your belly button. And as you push up, the marble will come down towards your belly button. And as you move your pelvis the other way, that's going to start to roll down in between your legs. So just rotating, pushing up, tilting your pelvis up, and then releasing down. So noticing how that feels. We're doing our pelvic tilts. It's a really nice stretch for the lower back. So again, if this is where you often suffer with tightness or soreness, this is a great little exercise to do to help release. So then come back to centre. So you want to have your pelvis in that kind of neutral position, not push too far forward, not to push too far back. So you should have a little bit of a gap between the mat and your lower back. And take a breath. Relax your shoulders if they've been tightening up. And then have your hands down by your sides. On the breath, start to find your neutral spine. So that's where we're at the moment. And start to peel your spine off the mat. Pushing weight into your feet, lifting up through your hips for bridge. Gazing slightly out and forward. So as you push up, you want your knees to be steady and still. And take a couple of breaths here for me. So finding that stillness in your bridge. And strength. And exhale, start to roll back down with your spine. Coming all the way back to your neutral. Inhale, exhale, start to peel your spine off once more. Again, keep lifting up through your hips. Finding that engagement in your centre. Take a couple of breaths here. Engaging through your bottoms, squeeze your bottom, finding engagement in your glutes. And exhale, start to peel back down. So again, we're not in a hurry. It's really about control. Go all the way back down to your neutral spine. Inhale, exhale, start to roll back up. Pushing weight into your feet. Lifting up through your hips. Couple of breaths. And exhale, breathing back down. We go once more. Inhale, pushing weight into your feet, lifting up through your hips. Finding that stillness. Building strength through our back. Exhale, we start to come back down. Coming back to your neutral spine. Inhale, pushing back up. And this time, when you found your bridge, if it feels comfortable for you to do so, release your hands, take them up overhead, palms facing up towards the sky, reach back long. See if you can get your palms back to your hands to the mat, releasing down. Staying lifted through your bridge. Breathe deep here. Challenging ourselves. Couple more breaths. And then exhale. You start to release the hands down by the mat. Keep lifted through your bridge. And then start to release your back all the way down to the mat. Finding that neutral spine. Last time, another challenge for you if you wish. Pushing up into your bridge once more. Lifting and strengthening your legs. And then this time when you arrive, either staying here or option to push onto your toes, coming onto your tiptoes. Finding that connection, and when you have, we just do little pulses up for 10, 9, as we keep it slow, 8, 7, 6, feeling strength, well done, 5, 4, 3, 2, and once more, 1, and coming all the way back down. And then take your heels back down to your mat. Take a nice deep breath deep into your spine. Release your hands and start to draw your right knee in towards your chest and hug either from your shin or underneath, but start to draw the knee towards you if that feels okay. And as you do, you should be feeling a release in your lower back. Take a couple of breaths here. Relaxing down through your shoulders too. Exhale, release down. And taking up the left knee, taking it all the way in. And again, just hugging it, drawing it in. Taking some breaths to maybe feel some release. And then releasing it back to the mat. On the next breath, see if we can draw both knees in. And again, just drawing the knees towards your chest. And breathe. Breathe, releasing the spine. Release your neck. Maybe have a little rock from side to side. Releasing any tightness in your lower back. And then taking your feet back down to the floor. Option to take your towel, having it back underneath your head if you have it to hand, as we go into some stretching, keeping it slow and controlled. On the breath, start to draw your right knee in once more. And then option to try to extend it up towards the sky. So take your time. Trying to find a nice straight leg if you can. If you're finding it hard to get your legs straight, then take it slightly, your knee straight. Try and take your leg away from you, straighten the knee, and then bringing it gently back. Maybe keeping the foot flexed, feeling a slightly different stretch, holding on to your hamstring. Breathing deep, and just allowing that stretch to happen. And then on the next breath, start to maybe point your toes too. Or maybe rotating the ankle. Point and rotate. Just finding a little bit of movement for your ankle. Releasing any tightness you might have feeling there. And then coming back down to centre, bending that knee and taking that foot to the floor. Switching sides, start to draw the left knee in. And again, start to extend it up towards the sky, holding on to your hamstring behind the leg. Keeping the foot flexed, so the toes pointing towards your head. And again, breathing deep. Try to relax your shoulders down. And just allow that stretch to happen. You may want to start to point your toes, do that stretch through your leg, and then start to rotate through the ankle one way and then the other. And then bend the knee and then bringing that foot to the floor. Drawing your right knee, start to draw your right knee in, but you're going to be putting, if you can get there, your ankle onto the opposite thigh. We're going to start to rotate the right knee out. So trying to find a nice stretch for your inner thigh. Listen to your back and your body. If you're quite tight through the groin, you might want to just hold on to your inner thigh and just gently start to push it away with your hands. Finding release. Relaxing down, breathing deep into that stretch. Take a couple more breaths, always encouraging a stretch, not forcing. Start to bring that knee in again and taking the foot, putting it back to the mat, and let's do that on the other side. So the left knee, draw it towards your chest and start to rotate the knee out, the ankle coming onto the opposite thigh. And when you arrive, again, encouraging that stretch by pushing the inner thigh, encouraging that knee to maybe rotate slightly further outwards. Feeling the stretch through the groin, the inner thigh. Again, this can often cause or contribute to back tightness and soreness. So let's make sure we stretch well. And slowly release. And then this time taking both your legs and extending them long on the mat. Extend your arms overhead, having a full body stretch. So reach stretching all the way through your body. Breathing from your fingertips, through your shoulders, all the way down through your spine. And then down into your feet. Just allowing your spine, your back to stretch and release any tightness, tension that you may be holding on to. Bringing your hands down by your side, bend your right knee up so it's in line with your foot's on the floor, in line with your opposite knee. And then you're going to take this right foot over your knee, trying to still get the foot on the floor if you can. And then taking your left hand, start to draw that knee across. So feeling a stretch through the outside of your thigh. The right hand can come out to allow the shoulder to remain on the floor. So you're just stretching through the outer thigh, the hip, maybe into that lower back. The gaze can go to the right. And again, just breathing deep, allowing and releasing. Start to release that leg. And taking that foot back to the right and extend long. Take a moment, just checking and resetting your pelvis. And then on the breath, bending the left knee up in line with your right knee. And then taking the left foot over the right. And then starting to take the right hand, drawing that down. Finding stretch through that outer thigh. Breathing deep. Encouraging the opposite shoulder to stay on the mat. As you can see from the video, the sun's starting to set here. So I'm suddenly going all a little bit dark on you. And then start to release your hand, take that leg back. And again, stretch long. And again, just take a breath, allowing your pelvis to reset. For today, we can finish lying. So just finding a nice lying position for you. You might want to turn your palms facing up. You might want to keep your legs long or take them to the outsides of the mat. If you move your legs apart slightly, you might find that it just allows your pelvis, your back to release into the mat. Release your shoulders. And just use this last couple of minutes of class to breathe deep. Releasing your spine back to the mat. Release your shoulders. Your head, your neck, relax your jaw. Just relax down through your body. Relax your hips, relax your legs, your feet. Maybe gently close your eyes. Maybe just noticing your breath. Take a couple more breaths. Taking these moments for yourself. And starting to notice how you feel as we come towards the end of this class. You feel more released, more relaxed, a little bit more stretched. And then on the next breath, start to bring your legs back together. Bend your knees, bringing your feet back to the mat. Slowly rolling over to your right side, bringing both your hands and your knees to that side. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then pushing into your mat. Start to bring yourselves up to seated. Finding a seated position that works for you today. You could be on your knees, legs can be outstretched. You could be sitting in a cross-legged position. Just take a moment to settle once more. Just find a seated position. And if you can, start to breathe, lengthening once more through your spine. And again, remembering to relax the shoulders away from your ears. Soften the jaw. Breathing wide to your ribs. And then on the breath, lift your hands all the way up overhead. Just feel that final stretch, palms together. And then bring your hands down in front of your chest. And I'd like you to thank yourself for joining me for this practice. Hope you're feeling your back and your spine a bit more mobile and stretched. And thank Joseph Pilates for giving us Pilates. Enjoy the rest of your day.